so I'm doing a quick video here on a new habit that I've picked up, or it's really an old habit. So I smoked cigarettes for years, and mostly high school and college. A little bit I think I quit during college. Anyway, but I recently picked it up. Somebody who shall remain nameless for the moment got me reacquainted with them. And I've been doing a couple, and also I've been doing a couple of things. You know, she would go around and harvest cigarettes like this, like someone didn't smoke all the way down. And so from conversations with her and thinking about it a little bit, she has some interesting ideas. She's an artistic type. Again, I'm not going to say who she is. I think I've said enough about her recently, but she basically, you know, you pick up a cigarette like this. Someone has discarded that little bit, and you think about it. First of all, it's a metaphor for like a dead body. It's like a bone. You know what I mean? It's like the cigarette is dead and it's been thrown on the ground. So if I pick this up and I reignite it, I am bringing this cigarette back to life, and simultaneously connecting with whoever smoked a cigarette, which, you know, can be gross, but it can pass things along. But can pass on good stuff too. First, it's like a resurrection metaphor. You know, you relight the cigarette, it reignites something that was dead, comes back to life through fire, like a phoenix. You know, kind of like a phoenix. And another thing is that, you know, if you think about this part of the cigarette, if you empathize with the tobacco in this segment of the cigarette, you know, these factories exist. Tobacco is harvested and then processed in factories, and then the fact that some tobacco ends up, you know, at the base near the filter for filtered cigarettes is not the tobacco's fault. It's just where it got put. And if you think about people who feel unwanted, or things about people that they don't like, you know, if you think about whoever smoked this cigarette, maybe they have some things about themselves that they don't like. So like this is the part of the person that would be something like analogous, roughly, or similar to the Jungian shadow, the part of themselves that they push away because they feel like the world doesn't accept them. So if I take this cigarette, smoked by whoever this anonymous person was, and I relight it and smoke that part of them, I'm fully accepting that whole person. Just like, you know, the greatest commandment is love the Lord with all your heart, all your mind, all your soul, and all your strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. So I pick this up as if it were mine, even though I might not know. Sometimes I know whose cigarette it is, and sometimes I don't before I pick it up. And then by lighting it, I'm loving them as myself. It's as if my cigarette, and I'm loving the parts of themselves that they might reject, that because they feel like the world wouldn't accept it, or they feel like that it could be, they could have shame or guilt, or any number of things that the people can have fucked with their heads, or put rules into their heads that it's not okay to be this way, it's not okay to be that way, or things that have happened to them that they might feel bad about. They might feel like if people learned about it, they would judge them or push them away, or whatever. So I take the cigarette, I resurrect the cigarette like a phoenix through fire, and I love my neighbor as myself, and I love them with everything, all your heart, all your mind, all your soul. I smoke it right down to the nub, and it's an interesting spiritual exercise. One other thing I've taken to doing, when I get a full cigarette, I rip the filter off. Life unfiltered, and it is 1,000 times better. An unfiltered cigarette is just 1,000 times better. It's more difficult to smoke when it gets near the end, because it's so fucking hot on your fingers. It gets really, 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 really hot, but it's unfiltered. So it's a metaphor for authenticity, tearing off the purely man-made filtering device here and smoking the natural. I mean, there's chemicals in it, but smoking tobacco, you know, and if you get, like, I don't know, American Spirit cigarettes, they're organic tobacco, and maybe they're pure or whatever. Anyway, but the spiritual exercise is still the same. You rip off the filter and you smoke it, and you're being more honest about what you're smoking, and you're smoking the tobacco. Who the hell wants the filter? It tastes much better. It's stronger, and like I said, towards the end it gets really, really hot. Like it goes from embers to flames, like the smoke in your lungs. It's like smoking, a joint or something like that. Anyway, those are some things that I've taken to doing. As I said, I was pulled into it by someone recently who is of an artistic disposition, and was doing some artwork herself recently about resurrecting the dead. And I connected what she said with the exercise of picking up cigarette stubs. I'm not the only one who does it. People think it's gross, but again, loving my neighbor as myself. I don't know whose mouth that. Sometimes I do know whose mouth it is, and I'm very happy when I smoke it. Sometimes less so. But the idea being, all of those things: resurrection, fully accepting someone, loving the whole person. And it's also an exercise for me to make sure that I love everything about myself, everything that God made me. And if I rip the filter off, it is analogous to making it my original self, that God made me unfiltered, honest and authentic. These filters are a lie. They're filtering. Filtering is a form of lying. It's omitting information. Hiding truth is lying. It's deceit. It's what spies do. It's what liars do. Nobody likes it. So I ripped the filters off.